For every single person touched by this unthinkable tragedy, there's been one man who, above all others, has been the beacon holding this city together and leading it forward.
He's the mayor of New York City, Rudy Giuliani.
This is a better city now than it was before the attack took place, in terms of its spirituality and its understanding of what it means to be an American, its understanding of unity.
We spoke with Mayor Rudolph Giuliani, the ultimate general, in his emergency command center in New York City.
And having gone through this experience back on the 11th, and then having gone through the experience with cancer the year before that, I kind of have a philosophy that goes something like this. Every day, you never know. You don't know what's going to happen to you. So you might as well take advantage of life, not go hide somewhere.
We're going to take airplanes when we're supposed to for business or pleasure. We're going to go to public events, and we're going to do the things that we normally would do. The best way to get your children to stop being afraid is to stop being afraid yourself.
Mayor, what do we tell the children?
I think we hug them a lot. I think we let them know that we're there for them. You got to talk about it. Whether you talk about it with friends, whether you talk about it with your children, you got to get it out. You got to talk about it, and children need that, and some of them need it professionally.
I'm interested to know how you're doing.
I'm doing okay. You know, at some point I'm going to have to just go off by myself and reflect on all the people that I've known that I've lost, and there's a whole personal part to what happened at the World Trade Center that I just haven't had the time to think about too much, because I need to focus on the things I need to do to keep the city together and moving the city together. But every once in a while at the funerals, and I realize how many friends I lost or are missing. And
have you had time to grieve?
Only intermittently. I had to go to a funeral service, and then after the funeral service, I went into a bathroom by myself, just locked the door, and just cried for about 4 or 5 minutes.
I want to shift gears for a moment. Tell me, what is your philosophy of leadership? So many people are admiring your leadership just now.
I think that you have to, I think there are a couple of things. You have to lead by example, and you have to be honest. You got to be willing to work as hard as the people that you're asking to work with you, and not be removed from them.
I'm here on behalf of a very grateful and very admiring city to tell each and every one of you how proud we are of you, and saying how proud we are of the innocent men and women who are going about their lives seeking their part of the American dream when their lives were cut short by the act of cowardly terrorists, and how proud we are of all of you who have come here to rescue them and return as many of them as we can to their loved ones.
What about those who say, and there are plenty of people, whether they voice it or not, who are saying, I fear a second strike, they'll come again. And for me personally, this person would say, that's a realistic fear.
It is a realistic fear, but you got to overcome it. Every precaution is being taken that can be taken in a free society. There are no guarantees, and now we have to go about leading our lives. Right now, things are very safe. People should go to a restaurant, go to the movies, go to plays, enjoy ball games, play with your kids, use the parks, and that's starting to happen. We're back to about 85%, the way we measure it, maybe even 90%.
When I was down at City Hall this morning, walking around, there were a tremendous number of people from different parts of the country who said they came here because they heard that I asked them to come. And I was very, very happy about that. People from Tennessee, Seattle, Los Angeles, and a lot of people from Oregon who have come in as part of a large group from the state of Oregon to show their support for New York.
Mayor, no doubt there'll be commissions and there'll be a procedure for deciding what happens in Lower Manhattan, what's rebuilt, what isn't, how it's rebuilt, and so forth. I want to get a sense of what's inside you. Do you find yourself saying, I hope we rebuild the Twin Towers, or not?
The most important thing to focus on is the appropriate memorial. Something beautiful, something uplifting, something that really captures the patriotism and the heroism of the people that were there. That's the most important thing. There's no question we're going to rebuild. The skyline will be whole again, and also the reality is that the people in New York City are going to be whole again.